back, Eric's UK here with another video response, again to Shawn Driscoll, who has done another very good video. Is game setting knowledge necessary? And I'm going to answer this in two formats. One, as my point of view as a player, and secondly, my point of view as a GM. As a player, I want to know as much as I can about the game setting. It doesn't matter whether we're talking a fantasy, sci-fi, historical, whatever. I need to have some sort of idea of where my character fits in. I like to have a map of the area the area that I would know of. I like to have a history with, say, the last couple hundred years and any major events in the timeline further back. I like to know who the gods are. I like to know who the main sort of like characters, the personalities in the setting, the kings, queens, famous wizards. I like all that sort of stuff, and I would like to have it as either a printed document that I can have with my character sheet, or at least a document I can have on the computer to look at. Because I like to have that sort of backstory, that depth. I like to know about the world. To be honest though, I find a lot of GMs don't do it. You get a very minuscule background. You'll get a map maybe, and you'll know who the gods are, and you'll get maybe a little bit of history, but you don't get enough, I think, to fit in. Of the two games, I'll use Pathfinder as an example here. The two Pathfinder games that I play in at the moment, not counting the Golaria one, because obviously as a GM of that I know the setting. There's bibs and bobs of background and what have you. We've got the maps. We know the names of the countries, or it's one country, whatever. But it's playable. The game's good. The GM's good. But I would like to have more. I would like to have it all sort of like to hand. As a GM, I would like to be able to have that document and give it to players. The problem is, I know that my players probably wouldn't read it, or at very best they would skim it, which I don't think helps really. Because I think whatever campaign you'll run, I wouldn't do it for something like Call of Cthulhu, because let's be fair, everybody knows what the 1920s looked like. They know the basic feel. They know gangsters, flappers, steamships, all that sort of stuff. They know what the world looks like. But when you've got a fantasy world or a science fiction world that they don't necessarily know, then they should really know, using the know a lot there, they should really know the important bits. Otherwise they're not getting enough out of it, and there's going to be loads of questions directed at the GM, who is then having to take a break from the game to fill this stuff in, whereas if they actually read the document or knew something of it, then it wouldn't be quite such a problem. So I think, yes, setting knowledge is a necessity, because I know as a player I would want it, and I know as a GM I would want my players to know it. So yes, in answer to your question, Mr. Driscoll, I say yes, it is important and it is necessary. Thank you for the topic. Until next time, take care and good gaming.